Welcome to the Motley Croc Show again. It's another fine day here in Florida. Just got back from out of town. It's 8:02. I had some technical difficulties. Wanted to make sure that Brittany was able to get in and stuff. And sometimes we run into a couple different complications, especially when you're trying to run these kind of stream yards and things like that. So I'll go ahead and bring Brittany in. We are loving it. It is 2/20/25. I can't believe that we've got that much into the first of the year already, man. It's like flying by.
Like that. It's going like
It
super crazy. But at the start of the new year, we have some amazing things going on. So that's pretty awesome.
You think so?
Well, we like something that was actually, I think, pretty cool. So, it's been what? Let's see. Over it's 102 years now that we uncovered a pharaoh's tomb. And now we just discovered another from the 18th dynasty. So that's pretty huge. That's a big deal. Hey, everybody.
That is a big deal. And we can get on some cool stuff. I mean, we had a lot of fun. I just got back from Belize. We can touch on that a little bit as we get further into it. What a great time that was. I mean, Belize it's a beautiful country. I mean, I joke a lot when I get there, and I'd probably upset everybody, but it is a really pretty country.
Yeah, I really wish I could have gone with you, everybody. I really do. I'm going to go back. What's up, Exploring?
I know. What's up? How you doing? Yeah, so I did get back. I did before I think Marissa's going to join us, and before I bring her in, I make fun of Belize a lot, but it's humor. Like when I do it, it's for a joke. Like they decorate with water bottles everywhere. It's just people just throw them on the ground in some areas. It's like downtown Miami or fucking Homestead. It's the same thing. You drive by a canal, and it's just decorated with, but kind of like they do in India, where they throw their garbage everywhere. And then you go into where Marissa lives, and it's like beautiful. Like,
yeah,
you just want to run away. It's just like Florida in a sense. You got your crap areas, and then you got your good stuff.
She said where she lives is like an island oasis, and I've looked at a couple of online.
She probably tells a lot of stories too, because I've been at Island Oasis. I can tell you one thing about that island: it's hot as fuck. And on that note, I'm going to bring her in. What's going on, Marissa?
It is not hot. It's been cold. I'm good. Let me see. I'm still trying to figure out the lighting here.
It's 30.
Just, for us, you just don't have any lighting in your back. Any lighting in your behind you is not good. That's good. But if you get light in your back, it shines into the camera.
Is this okay? Like I said, I'm still at the resort. Okay.
Yeah, if you sit down right there, it's fine. Can you sit there? Are you comfortable? I see Buddha. He looks all fat and sassy behind you.
Which is perfect. Yes, so this should be good, but I need to get my beer and my food.
Go for it. Go get your beer and food.
Okay.
Yeah, we are rolling. I'm sorry. Somebody's getting impatient. We're getting it rolling. Just be patient. We're getting it rolling. But Brittany, I know you couldn't make it because you had some stuff going on, but the gala went really well, and I'll let Marissa talk about that a little bit. But the whole place got together, and I thought it was actually turned out really good. I mean, a lot more people came than I pictured would probably come. Because it was just such a small venue, but it was packed, and everybody was really, really awesome. Like it was so crowded, I had to step outside of it because there was just so much going on.
Yeah.
So like,
I'm totally.
That's
jealous.
good too, Marissa. That's good too. So it was like
so jealous.
So you have to take like 3 to 4 showers a day because you sweat. Like
it is not that bad.
Yes, it is. It is that bad, folks. It's that bad because it's 37 degrees tonight in Florida. It's 37.
It is.
It's going to be 37 tonight. So,
and Marissa's we're going to pretend Santa's coming. Look what she's wearing. Look what she's wearing. And she's like, "It's cold here, please."
Is it really cold there? Is that why you're dressed like Kurt Harbsmeyer?
He got you there, Marissa. He freaking got you there.
Bro, don't be stealing his look now.
Wait, I have to represent CRC when I'm doing these talks. Wait, there we go. See my
is that Crocodile Rick? I love Crocodile Rick.
Yes, Crocodile Rick. So
awesome.
Here, I'm not working anymore. So there. Do I still look like Kurt?
Now you
don't have to be like that. No, put your you do kind of look more Belizean, but you can wear your Kurt shirt.
No, it's fine.
I mean, everybody has a Kurt shirt.
She is representing of the Irwinism. Okay, it is called the Irwinism, the khaki with the patch.
Well, I'm trying to think about. I was going to say something, but I won't because there's a lot of fans of Steve Irwin. But
oh no, yeah, no, they had him wear that. Wasn't his doing. It's all good. Became a trend.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can tell who in the industry whose hero who's led by Steve Irwin because they dress like him.
Yes.
I mean, it really changed. Like everybody's like Safari Bob at all the zoos. You can't even go to a zoo anymore. Except, well, I take that back because Flavio worked out some cool shit at the zoo he was at.
Thanks, Craig.
And he had everybody wearing like these bright pink shirts with flamingo footprints all over it. And I thought that was really cool because, anytime you see a picture on the internet,
cool.
you know where it's at. Like, I mean, he made that very clear. Pictures are going to come in and out. Let me see what Craig said. Trust me, Marissa looks nothing like Kurt. Craig, Kurt is really beautiful. I mean, she's getting there. She's getting there.
He just, yeah.
I mean, come on, Kurt's beautiful. I know he's probably listening.
If Kurt curled his hair a little bit, I'm saying,
exactly.
put a little body wave in it. That's all he needs.
He doesn't need that. He's
Love
got
you,
that
Kurt.
silky smooth Elvis Presley hair.
He does. You're absolutely right.
He does.
Speaking of,
I call him the baby face butcher.
The baby.
Because he looks young.
Oh man.
Kurt walks in talking some shit about his age. I'm like, oh my God, I thought I was old. Fucking hey, guy went to school with Jesus. But what I want to talk about is I had a really good time. Belize was fun. I joke about a lot, but I was coming out of Florida, right? We were a little lower humidity. We've had some warmer weather, but our humidity's been lower. But like if you walk, she kept Maya's bedroom with the AC unit on for me all the time, so it was like a refrigerator. I
That's
get
nice.
in and
Well,
I hang.
Cold.
Yes, I hang from my ankles, and I fold like this, and I just kind of hover in the corner like a lost boy. But my God, when I had to walk in the middle of the house,
it was so dramatic.
I mean, there was vultures. They were waiting for me to die. I'm like, oh my God. She's like, all right, I'll turn it on or whatever. But because it's Transylvania, like the ceilings are.
You need to check that 23andMe. You've got fucking Latino in you, man. You're so dramatic.
Now my mom's gonna be all upset.
She says that all the time. She's like, are we sure that Troy doesn't have that in him somewhere? Pretty sure somewhere in there.
What's up, Sean? How you doing, buddy?
Dramatic.
It wasn't though. Like I could really feel the difference because I'd like to live in a refrigerator.
I mean,
like I didn't do too bad with the cold when we were traveling. Everybody thought I was going to do terrible with it, but I do really good with cold weather.
No, you were great. What's up, Nathan? What's up, Sean?
I don't necessarily say that I like it, Marissa, but I do well in it. Like I do prefer warm weather outside. What's up, Nate? Yo, what's up? Julie. Oh, Julie, look at this. You see it right here? Julie brought me this. Aunt Julie brought down a nice red velvet interview chair for me. And look, I've got a really nice pillow in it now. It's got a lady in a like a vampire bikini. It's all red. The back of it's red, so I thought it'd be beautiful. And here was some, and it's got that little. I got the ones with the little Mexican tassel on it for Marissa. See, it's got those. You know how it always looks like that when you go into the car, into their mirrors, like that. They have them. So I'm like, this pillow
tonight.
This pillow right there. So if you want to be Latino, we'll talk about Latino stuff. They do fringe and tassel. They don't do dice. That's white. That's way too white. Way too white. But it looks really good. So when I get some live guests here, they're going to have a nice, beautiful antique chair that's older than them. I mean, Look how cool. It looks like it has spider webs in the corner. Like it couldn't have been any cooler.
It's a beautiful chair.
Isn't it? Yeah. Tracy and Julie brought that down. They drove down from Ohio, and they went back to, I think, 9 degrees. Sorry, guys.
And Nate said it was 8 degrees this morning. Look at that at his place.
Where, Nate? Where, Texas?
Texas. So he's beat us.
God.
You can't even run in weather like that. Forget it. He beat us.
Look how busy the crocodile specialist is right now making money.
I heard it.
Ping.
Telling you, like I usually am done here by like 6:15-ish, and it's about a 30-minute like to get on the boat, to go back on the peninsula, and then to get to my house.
So the only way to get there is by boat?
The only way to get to the resort I'm at right now is by boat.
Oh,
I'm
that's
on
cool.
an island right now.
That's so dangerous.
What's so dangerous?
I don't know. I just thought I would say it because it adds element to the story. You know?
Yo, you want to know something though that's really cool? That's like dangerous because this goes
Okay.
with my talk. I discuss with the people here because it's not a scientific talk. I'm not like, oh hi, I'm Dr. Marissa Tejas and this is the science that we do. Like that's boring. I want to get excited about belief and the culture. I talk about Sisamito. I talk about Tataluende. I talk about manatees, and I talk about how if you fall asleep underneath a tree in the jungle, a tapir or an anteater will suck your brains out through with their tongues. Like I talk about all these like crazy cultural stories, but one of the things is I talk about the key here, Placentia Key, and this was a major hub for the Maya hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Okay. And we actually know that this was an ancient burial ground. Like this was
cool.
So we fucked it all up and put a thing on top of it?
Yeah. So wait. Okay, I can't say this out loud. I can't say this out loud.
Sharon Hill's going to be really upset about this.
Can't say this out loud. So anyway, they have told me there's been a lot of like stuff happening in this resort.
Yeah.
But they put on top of a fucking indigenous burial ground.
But why would they do that?
They didn't know. And it
so are they going to move it now out of respect for the dead, or they don't care? They're just going to keep making their money on the dead.
That. It's already here.
To stay one night at one of the villas here, it's $3,500 US a night. You think they're going to fucking move that shit? No.
No.
Yep, those motherfuckers are going to be dead under there for the rest of their lives, dude. That's it. You're going to be under there. People are going to be walking on you, swimming, drinking margaritas, looking at the blue water, and talking about it. It's going to be awesome. Bunch of dead Indians underneath the hotel.
Isn't there a way?
I stayed on some Indians. That's amazing. The dead Indian resort.
You know, oh my God.
Well, I mean,
there are places.
I kid when I do my talk because I'm like, anyone ever see Poltergeist? Because remember, they built that community on top of the So I talk about that.
And what's going to happen? You're going to piss off one of those Karens. They're going to be like, oh, that weird native lady's talking about ghosts and scaring my children. I want a discount. Listen, I work in hotel industry. I know exactly how those people can be.
There will be
They're the toughest people to deal with.
Well, I did.
Scaring my children, that little native.
Oh my God.
I put a hex on them. I put a hex on them.
You probably do. That worries me.
Kids there, but they were like a little bit older kids. And so I definitely kind of got into that whole like, well, if you hear some sounds in the night or if you feel someone tugging at your feet at night, I was like, it's just the Maya that have been buried on this key. And the kids' eyes were like, come on, I got to play with it.
Bro, I'd like to dig some up. You know how many cool skulls you could find there?
How many what?
Cool skulls you would find there? That'd be awesome.
So one of my friends who has a house on this key literally dug up a whole skeleton.
Wow. Did they tell anybody, or did you just bury it back up, pretend you didn't do it?
I contacted it's called Niche here, National Institute of Culture and Heritage. I contacted them to let them know about finding. But we know the remains,
So did they leave it there, or did they just dig it up and now it's like sitting on the couch or something?
I actually don't know what they did.
I actually don't know. Like their antiquities or something. Cool to have
that.
But there's weird stuff that happens at this place.
I bet.
Well, no wonder.
Yeah.
They built on sacred ground. Like that's like a big no-no.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. Because Sharon's going to be very upset about this. I did go into. I don't really pay attention to what they say because if anybody knows me, I will bring her on this show. We will talk, and I'll ask her, why do you write such terrible things about people? Tell me about yourself, other than you have purple hair and you look a little lefty for me. So, talk to me a little bit. Why do you hate everybody so much? Because you can't do it.
Come on tonight.
I wish. I sent an email.
I don't think she will.
But when did you?
Thank you, Nathan. It's beautiful. It's an antique. It's my interview chair. What's that?
You emailed her today?
Yes.
Oh. Maybe next week. Well, that's
I
She
would
probably
be-
won't. I mean, I would love her to
be
come on the show
very
because
surprised if someone that mouthy digitally would actually show their face on a show
Because-
like this.
because it's going to be, I want you all to understand, to everybody watching and everybody on the show, it's going to be the time of my life because it puts me in an element where I really do my best work. It's called having a silver tongue, and she's going to throw everything she wants, and we're just going to keep it going, dude. But you have to understand that people like that propagate you. So I want them to keep talking about us. I love that because
But did
you
you
get more
actually-
followers out of hate. What's that?
No, but did you actually see her background? Like,
Yeah, it's not that big.
she's similar to.
I don't have a background either. I'm a caveman, but I'm going to argue.
No,
Hold on,
but
what-
like
what,
she's
Marissa?
to me, she's acting like she's like, oh, I'm this big expert and I know scientists and pseudoscience and blah blah blah. But it's like you look at her background and a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, oh, you're just a couch conservationist. You're a couch scientist. You're just one of those.
Self-proclaimed. Self-proclaimed.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, and that's why I didn't know because of the resort, and then I have this other meeting at a
Crack
bar
rocks.
about Crocs, and so I was like, I don't know if I can come on, and then Brittany was like, oh no, but this lady, and I looked her up, and I was like, I thought she was going to come on, and I was like, oh, I'm going to come on because this is going to be fun for me because then
I will definitely, if she does agree, I will definitely. I mean, I put it in a story, I attached it, I sent it to her Instagram. I found her Instagram page, so it's there. Couch conservation. It's not funny, Craig. I know that's an Indian word. I don't use that much. I leave that to the indigenous.
The one thing I will say, and if she dares to listen,
It's a bad
coming
word.
from a person who has studied all of this her whole life and has academic to back in different things and areas that Troy and I both have done throughout our whole lives, even though she acts
Right.
like we have nothing. I just want to state that everything that she is in her blog, and even though she says cryptozoology is one of her favorite topics, she is exactly what Ivan Sanderson and Bernard Hoovelman themselves stood up against and fought against within the scientific community. Just so we're clear, everything she preaches on her blog, how she us not knowing us, how she tore apart even myself as a cryptozoologist, which my God, this woman, she literally is everything they were anti in science in the scientific community as a whole. And
I never claimed to be a scientist.
None of us did. But
I don't
you
claim to do
have
anything
be a
on that show.
But you
I don't
have
do
to be
anything
a
on that show that I
scientist.
wouldn't do in real life. You know what I mean? So I don't know what she's
To
talking about.
study
What we
fields.
do, right? But what we do is what we do. I didn't claim that there was
Exactly.
Papua New Guinea's, Kaparachi people and shit. I didn't say any of that stuff. That's all. And even Charlie told me today, he said she has the same, if not a little less background than he does in college. So he doesn't know what the hell she's talking about, why she's trashing everybody so much. And I said, it's okay.
Here's the other thing, and
I love it.
It's an opinion piece. It's all it is. It's an opinion.
But I love it so much. Thank you, Sharon. I love it. Talk about it.
No, but and the other thing though is, and I've told this to both of you, is
I know.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the letters behind your names. I know a lot of fucking idiotic people with their masters and they PhD, and especially when they're the ones that are just behind the office walls. And they're like, oh, I can't believe they're doing this in the field. It's like, you don't know shit. The majority of stuff that I have learned over the years was post PhD.
But I saw pictures of her in caves and stuff.
She was doing her geology work. She's looking for rocks. She's a geoscientist.
But
she's a geoscientist. That's not the field. If you're an enthusiast of cryptozoology, that's great. But when was the last time she actually did true zoological science work?
I don't know. I saw her,
aside from
she had a
geoscience.
picture like this with a camera. Like, I mean, it looked good. Like I mean, it was the pages
I could go out and
together.
shoot a bunch of great pictures of myself too, but I don't need to.
No, but that's the best part. I love it so much that she talks about. Thank you, Sharon. I mean that. I like it because I wanted to say whatever. I read a comment about myself, and I know my mom's in here, but I read a comment about myself that said Discovery has the Anton LaVey now. He's the Anton LaVey of Discovery. You don't understand how great that is for me. That's fucking awesome. Anton LaVey? Oh, what?
It's pretty creative.
How is that an insult? That's wonderful. It's great.
People are just insane to me.
I don't know who that is. I know you don't. It's all right. It's okay that you don't. See, that's what people live on islands. They don't know that stuff. They can throw a coconut at a bird and make you dinner. but they don't know Anton LaVey is.
Oh my God.
I'm just
coconut
kidding.
and a bird.
I'm kidding. We had a really good time. Marissa's house was very accommodating. Flavia and I cooked every morning. Flavio cooked guts and innards, and he likes kidneys and all kinds of, and he just having a blast. And I didn't do that. I had, bison and red meat, and we had these bison meatballs that were made there on the island. It was, let me tell you something. It was good. And I got to tell you, I ate really well there. I mean, I eat like I normally do because y'all know I'm on the carnivore diet, but I ate really good. The eggs were fresh. The meat tasted good. It was good. And we left a bunch for Marissa, and she said it's been feeling pretty good. So
yeah,
it's just good.
That's awesome.
Really good.
No, I definitely have been, just because there's been so much meat left at my house. And so I was just like, well, and so it forced me to try the carnivore diet a little bit more.
It's good, man.
And I honestly, the protein, the energy and everything else, I feel really good. And I also don't feel as foggy. I feel like it's almost easier to get up in the morning. And it was my dad, cool. So I was a vegetarian the majority of my life. And there was a point where my dad was like, you look like you're dying.
Your dad is so amazing.
I'm Troy. When you meet my dad, you and him, I don't know who's going to have the darker humor. I'm just letting you know. I'm
excited. I like people like that, but at least he told you the truth that you look like a broccoli skeleton and you need to do something about yourself.
No, he totally did. He's like, you look like you're about to die. And so it forced me to go more into the meat. And I just remember because he's like, our people hunted bison on the plains.
Yes.
But I feel better eating more meat, more so than fish or chicken, because I try to.
Did y'all do like a little but did you guys maybe do like a little like corn and stuff too? I don't know what the Apaches consumed. So did you guys grow a little corn with that buffalo, or how'd y'all? I'm not trying to. Brittany's smirking, but I'm not trying to be funny. I'm asking a serious question. These guys are fucking terrible, man. I mean, that's just awful.
there was
put my name on.
No, I'm just making sure they follow Brittany.
A couple of other little things. I don't know, and that was a long time ago. You're starting to get. I remember the diet when I was in college. I remember studying that, but it was the tubers, the corn, but it was a lot of the bison. That's why when it came, because remember the Apache were the last one standing when it came to the U.S. military,
right?
And
okay.
So what the U.S. was doing, and also Mexico was hunting us down.
Jesus, they're turning on their own people.
So, because remember,
traitors.
The Apache territory was what we know in the U.S. It even went down all the way down into Mexico, like Mexico City. So everyone is trying to expand and claim, but the Apache, especially the Mescalero Apache, we were holding ground. We were able to outwit the Mexican and the U.S. Army. And then they realized the one way to really start dwindling us down was, one, the assimilation into the schools. And then with Mexico, they put a bounty on our head. So people were hunting us like wolves. And then finally, it was killing all the bison and the buffalo because they knew how. So it was just all these different ways to finally weaken us. And that was how they were able to finally overcome us.
That had to be interesting, Brittany, because I was reading that the average Apache was about 5'10", right? Mm-hmm. And Mexicans are like 4'6". Can you imagine that war out there? Seriously, can you imagine what that was like, dude?
Oh man!
I mean, it would be like you were getting killed by a bunch of children. Giants. Yeah, they're like, look out, they're throwing corn on the cob. I mean, it would have been nuts, dude. Bow and arrow, some horses, boom.
Yeah, I got I got the Mexican. I got the short Mexican indigenous side. That's why I'm only.
I literally forgot, Marissa, how small you were until I saw you again. Like when we got off the plane, we walked out to her. No, right? I think she's a little small. Brittany adds a little inch a year to herself. I
do not. Know. I am still the same. I am 5'4".
Well, but you always wear like big high heels and stuff. You bring yourself
not
up to 5'8".
Not anymore. It hurts my feet.
Well, I mean, your shoes are like, you wear like those high
tennis shoes all the time.
Oh, well, now that's better than I guess. But Marissa's, I think, 4'9", 4'10".
I am 5'4".
Are you really?
Yes.
So you're my height. Hi, Ange.
Maybe
you're
it's because
my
I'm
height. You're
petite as
literally-
well, so I just look tinier.
What's up, Ange? What's up,
You're
Nick?
literally
Yeah,
my height. Whatever.
I just forgot
My
about that, but your hair makes the difference because it's like tall. So you're like
That adds an
5'7".
extra inch.
It
Or
does.
more. No, it's more than an inch, dude. It's at like 3. She's like 5'7".
I love when she's in the field and she puts it up in one of those like half rolled ass buns and it's like going everywhere, every which way. And she's got like
It was
on her face,
funny.
but it's like it's
Your
just
friend,
up there. I'm
your
like,
buddy,
I know that
what's his
vibe.
name?
I know that feeling.
The guy from South Africa. What's his name? He's really cool.
Garrick?
He came up to me, right? The guy with the tattoos.
Oh, yeah. Garrick. Yeah.
Garrick. He was like, man. He was like, this lady, sometimes you see her and she looks beautiful. Other times you see her, she looks like a construction worker and a lesbian all at the same time. I was like, that's awesome, dude. What the fuck? It was pretty funny. Yeah, they were coming out of the woodwork.
That is hilarious.
I got to say, I mean, everybody that there was really cool. I mean, like the people that were Marissa's friends or in her community there, they're just awesome. Matt, he's a great guy. I mean, he's brought us, salads every day and stuff, if you know what I mean. And he always had a Coke Zero ready. I mean, the guy was great and everybody was cool. And Anthony, all of them, if they're watching, everybody was so fun. It was just, man, like then you come back here and it's like, go right to Miami Airport. It's like, fuck you motherfucker. I was like,
I want to go back to Belize.
no, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad, Marissa. It was a little bit. It wasn't bad enough to want to go back. But
Wow.
I'm joking.
Burn.
No, it was good. It was good. It was a really good time. I didn't know what to expect, but it was fun.
I think there is something special about island life because I remember the first time I went to Bora Bora and I flew in. I went to Fiji, Tahiti, Bora Bora, and I remember when I got to
That's
Bora
where rich
Bora.
people go. I'd never been able to see that.
This was years ago, whatever. And the islanders there's only like 250 people on the island. That's it.
Okay,
That is it. And it's like you can literally drive from one side of the island to the next in like a Land Rover in a matter of like 25 minutes. It's like 30 minutes max. But everything is so like low key and chill. And life is just, there's not a care in the world. Like there was an Islander family. I mean, there is, but there isn't. So like there was an Islander family that did the shark and stingray tours. And they were tribal tattooed up. They were true Islanders. This was their life, their heritage, French Polynesian. And to talk with them, to speak with them, and to see this father and son running this boat tour company was just the coolest badass thing. And the son, I'll never forget, he had a tattoo of this shark down his side with a type of eucalyptus leaf in his mouth, or a plant in his mouth. And it was a representation of their mother, of his mom. And so I watched this guy jump backwards off the back of the boat, go all the way down holding his breath, and grabbed onto a lemon shark. And him and the lemon shark just swam the bottom of the ocean. He comes up and he's like, okay, who's ready to go swim with the sharks? Because he just got all the sharks all worked up. But it was like, this is your life every day? I want this life. It's like, how do I make this life happen? I want this life.
Marissa
But it was like, you woke up with the sun,
you
you went to bed with the sun. It was the coolest experience. They had a lot of really cool shit there. Like they had the sea turtle sanctuary there and rescue there. And you could actually go in and see at the La Meridia. You could actually see the sea turtles, see them working with them. So if you swam in the water with them, you weren't supposed to touch them, but you would see them. They had several eagle nose rays, spotted eagle nose that would come through. It was just, there was a different time. And when I got back to the United States, I was like, the hustle and bustle is annoying to me.
I remember
go back
when
to
you
that.
came back and you were all brown.
Mom didn't even recognize me. Like,
I remember you guys in the airport. You're all wearing white pants, like drug dealers. I remember.
Yep, I had my linen pants on because let me tell you what, I didn't want to leave it. I was like, I just want to wear bathing suits and linen pants. Where do I live where I can make this my life? And I was.
Well, definitely not where you are now. You're not doing that in the wilderness looking for Bigfoot. So
no. But I was young and I was like, this is.
I know you gave up your real dream. I know.
No. I mean, as an adventurer, you'd get to see all of those different sites. But if I was going to be a marine biologist like John originally wanted to be, and he changed careers midway through. But if he had done that, that would be the type of environment or islands we would be living on for him to do his field work, his studies in, because that would be where they would, send you to, like places like that to study the sharks and That's where I got to swim with sharks for the first time out of the water. They just chummed the water and threw us in. It was the coolest experience of my life. Like
I
they're
never
like,
did
"Hey,
anything cool like that. I don't think.
oh,
I filmed with
bullshit.
Marissa feeding a crocodile. That was scary.
You're so ridiculous.
Really?
Oh, how
It
did
was.
Gilly
I mean,
do?
that guy couldn't
Wait,
see.
how did Gilly do?
Oh, he
Gilly
was terrible.
did
He had tried to attack me and Flavia right when we went in there. She was right. He hates white people.
Okay, no, seriously. Don't.
You did too.
This is
You said he
Gilly
hates
was
tall
always-
white guys.
He doesn't
He
like
doesn't like men around her.
tall men. Tall
White. You said white tall men.
white tall men.
But if you're a midget white guy, it's okay.
Yes, absolutely. I have
Yeah,
seen
Bernie.
him
He
get
was
shot.
terrible. He flew out at me and Flavio like she trained a dragon to kill us.
Like he really did. Like he did not like you guys at all. Are you just saying
I
that to mess with her?
I was so pissed off because Gilly didn't do shit to them. I was so pissed off.
I wanted to know. I thought that well, what did I say to you, Marissa? Like before they got down there, I said I would not be surprised if Gilly likes Troll or is okay
You
with.
like
Didn't I tell
Flavia.
you that? I said that to you.
I went in first with
said,
Marissa and I didn't
And
get
that
involved.
was the thing. Troy went in with me, and Gilly does not like it when I bring other men in. He will definitely display. There have been times where he'll if the other guy's this way, he'll try to get in between. He didn't do shit. I was really, really shocked how good Gilly was when Troy came in with me, and then Troy and Flavio went in, and he was great with them.
He did everything Flavio asked him to do.
I had a feeling.
I mean, he did. He was just, I got to tell you, he's a good croc. I mean, Marissa's done a lot of good work with him. Let's not take that away from Marissa.
I love that
But
croc.
he's worked out really well. None of those crocs were aggressive at all. They were great, all of them.
Gilly
all
was
of
my
them.
Cupid date. He's a sweetheart. I love
Mhm.
him. I love
He's
those
cool.
videos.
He has a cute face when you get up close to him, but he's fat, bro. That's a fat fucking croc
I'm
right there.
fine.
He's
I know you are. I
happy.
know.
I have.
No,
He's
that'll kill him now,
happy.
Brittany. We're not going to spread false information now. Overweight crocs
happy.
die young. They die young, though. They die young. So it's good that she's thinning him down because when she got him,
That's
was big.
good.
She's working on
Oh,
it. It just
he
takes time.
That's good.
triple
That's
the
good.
size. Triple the
You know,
size.
So he's not stressed
Because he is
out.
pretty. Yeah.
He's not stressed. He's living in that lap of luxury over there off of the island. He gets fed. He sees people. So it's, usually when they get stressed, they burn a little more. They get thinner, but he's fat and sassy. He's just missing a TV remote. That's really all he's missing.
I love that guy.
You should put a
Just
couch
do.
in there for him and put a big
Love
screen
him.
TV because that's that crocodile 100%. But he comes out. He's got the energy to come
I
out.
love.
But one thing I noticed about him that I really liked, and I don't know if Flavio did or not, I didn't ask him, but I think he likes to work. I know people think I'm crazy when I say that. They're like, oh man,
Absolutely.
you're forcing his you're forcing him. And I'm like, okay. Well, you just ask him, but crocodiles like to work. They like to do things like people do. They get stagnant. And then I think it's like an exciting thing. Oh, here's somebody new and they're going to come in here.
Mhm.
Marissa's going to start introducing watermelon to him and stuff. And that's really cool. I mean, that'll hydrate him. He get to smash it. He gets to exercise his jaws. Because a crocodile, when you watch him, like when we throw the ball to Dominic, when he bites down, he bites so hard, he flexes his mandibles, flex, and he lets go and he flex. And that's what they're made to
That's
do.
awesome.
They're meant to bite and tear and rip. I mean, that's what they do. So if every day they came in and gave you a melted ice cream sandwich, eventually you're just going to be fat and your jaw's not going to be working. I mean,
Yeah.
they have those
Yep.
things that you put in your mouth now. It's like a rubber mounting piece, but it's up and you just flex your jaw. You just keep doing that and it builds your muscles under here and along your face. It's the same for animals. They got to have that, something to
So
stimulate them.
my godfather is a dentist, and I remember it was like 2 years ago, he was saying that the human jaws are starting to get smaller, which is causing obviously like teeth issues. And you see it primarily first in Europe, but now you're seeing in America is that we have gotten rid of hard foods. And so everything's mushy and stuff. And so we're not working those jaws even at the younger age. And so that's why people are now starting to have so many jaw issues and mouth issues and then like the crooked teeth and stuff like that. And it's because we're not working our jaws as much. So it's actually really good to like crunch down on carrots or apples or just something that's crunching where you're like, you're working everything because you're making sure that the
Steak.
structure stays.
Like me. Yeah.
Steak.
I mean, we're
Isn't that
designed to
kinda
be
like-
carnivores.
Right. So if we're omnivores, but if we're
Yeah, well, yeah,
like
you know what I mean.
straight up
Great, Sharon's
doing
gonna
that,
get me for
isn't
that
kind of
now.
bad?
Thanks.
Yeah, Sharon's gonna be pissed off already at what Marissa's done. But you know, when
Me.
that's just like talking to your kid like they're idiots, right? Like when you go, "Are you got your," and you do like that, doesn't it kind of make them kind of, hook armed?
Oh, so that, yes, like that's been proven too. Like you shouldn't baby talk to your babies. And that I
Right.
remember being very with Maya, she never got baby talk from me.
I know. I remember. I was like, man, Marissa talks that like she's a 30-year-old woman, dude.
But
I
you
think that was the
experienced
last
Maya. How was she with
Maya's
you?
great. I have to talk. I have to talk some serious shit. Maya's awesome. I'm sorry, and I'm not saying that because it's Marissa's daughter, and I'm not trying to kiss no one's ass. She's just a fucking riot, and she's got it, dude. She like is the epitome of
she's a
cool.
good
Like
kid.
she was really cool. Yeah. She was somersaulting off the bed, singing Metallica. I mean, I had a good time. We watched previews together. I mean, she painted my nails. They're still painted. I mean, she really hooked them up, man. She did a good job. She put the green on there for crocodiles.
killer
Great
kid.
time. So yeah,
She's
absolutely.
awesome.
Yes, she's like an adult, a 9-year-old adult,
Mhm.
but still a kid
I-
at the same time.
I love when I get like a little scientific voice message from her where she'll have thought of something for my work and she'll say, like, it'll start like, so what if? And then she'll go into like this scientific breakdown. And I will admit, sometimes the pieces she has put together are damn good. I'm like, you know what? And I call her my little colleague. I'm like, I need to call upon my colleague and ask for her opinion on something because she is just the greatest.
It's kind of
when it
true,
comes
and
to-
she does disperse a lot of energy.
She is the
Because even
ball.
when she's constantly walking around and spinning and doing karaoke and singing songs. It's pretty fun.
I
We had a good
still
time.
can't believe you.
love
I
it.
came, I don't know what we were doing, but I came out of getting ready or whatever. And there's Maya just karaoke and there's Troy just like chilling. I was like, what is going on here? When did I miss the karaoke session? It was hilarious.
She's like, hey, I fixed it.
Wait,
She has a crossbow.
You were late to the party.
And she's like, I think it's jammed. I go, no, you're just not strong enough to pull it back. You got to pull it all the way back. This crossbow, this nerve crossbow. I pull it back. She's like, oh, give me your phone. Shoot my mom when she comes out of her bedroom. So she's like, what's going on in here? Blah, 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 blah. And she was filming it. She's like, shoot my
Oh,
mom.
that's amazing.
So, it's just kind of
That's
fun. It was a good time. We all had
Freaking
fun.
Great.
Flavio was training her dogs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he liked Jen the best, though.
Was he really training my dog?
Oh, yes. He was doing all kinds of stuff with them, hand commanding. I'm making her sit and wait for something.
Oh, I didn't
Holding
even
her still.
notice.
Oh, he's been playing. He played with her the whole time. His big mama was a little more lazy. You just give her something, she'll eat and walk away. But the other dog was on Flavio like stink on a monkey.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
She liked Flavio.
Mhm.
I mean, she was a former street dog. Of course she's gonna like him. It's one hobo to the next, it seems like. I swear he
You
could do
didn't
that.
get-
He could live by he'd sleep out behind a gas station somewhere. He's just that person.
Mhm.
You need
It's
to
fucking
get
awesome.
in one of those little like Hawaiian shirts, put it on the dog, and then take a picture and be like, Flavio, you have influenced my dog.
Yeah.
He always
Now-
has like Hawaiian
So you-
shirts or something on. It's so great.
So everybody knows we did it. We went out there to hang out with Marissa at a gala, and it went well. So you raised a good amount of money, and you had a lot of fun and a lot more awareness. How'd that go? Like after it all settled and everybody came to you, what was your feedback? Because I'm curious to how it all went because it was in Belize, and I hope that we can all go next year.
No, yeah, it's been amazing feedback. Everyone's been talking about how fun it was. I was obviously stressing the whole time because it's the first
What's up,
gala
Ben?
and stuff. But yeah, so we raised a little over 11,000 Belize, which I thought was really great for the first one because we had a small
Wow.
venue. So I personally wasn't expecting more. I was like, maybe we'll get 50 people. It's Valentine's Day, and some people are just set in their ways when it comes to Valentine's Day, that Hallmark holiday. And so I just kind of was like, we'll see what happens. But it was just, I kept bumping the numbers because people were like, do you have tickets? Do you have tickets? Do you have tickets? So we ended up selling 85 dinner tickets. And then from there, that's like the resort was like, there's no more space. Like we can't. And so then we allowed people to come in for the auction and for the dancing and stuff. And it just, It was so simple. I mean, it was just, an hour of hanging out and stuff. And then we had dinner and we had music in the background. And then we had the auction, and the auctioneer was very lively. He obviously did a good job. We were able to raise a bunch, but it has literally been all positive feedback. And I know it's our first one. And so I was like, I'm trying to get people to like, let me know, like, what can we do next year? And honestly, the biggest thing is that people are like, you need to get a bigger event, like a bigger event space. That was the main feedback I've gotten. Everyone has just been discussing how great it was. And we had Miss Earth 2021 and then Miss Earth Belize.
That's way outdated.
2021?
I'm just teasing.
Yeah.
No, they were cool. The only lie that you told in that whole story was that the auctioneer was lively. I mean, I hope he's watching, because you weren't lively, sir.
He was.
I was shocked. Y'all going to buy that there? Going once, going twice? You sure? You sure you don't want that? All right. Looks like a pretty good bottle of alcohol to me.
At that point,
right. I was waiting for them to go. Yeah, I'll go over here. 27. Who's got that? 27. Do I hear 30? I didn't hear any of that. It was just a guy in a big button-up shirt. Big Santa. All right, when they were like, "Oh, this guy's coming in. He needs a special space. His chairs have to be 14 karat gold. He's a hell of an auctioneer." I was like, "Listen, man, I'm used to those motherfuckers in Texas. Let me tell you something right now. That's not it. That's not it." But he still managed. Yeah. Everybody got really involved for Marissa and spent a lot of money.
No, it was great.
But now it's going back into all that conservation, and that's important. I think that's great.
That's amazing.
Well, it was so funny because obviously to like just people's interest, because it was like, oh my God, this person's going to be here. We're having Miss Earth 2020. We're having Miss Earth Belize. We're having someone from Discovery Channel, from a show from Discovery Channel. And so, but Troy was just like, God. And I was like, I need to get this motherfucker out. Like, because, people are mingling with him, but he's like on the side because he was like too cool for everyone. And so
we know that's not the case. Let's not be lying to the people here. I'm not too cool. I just get really over the, just when there's too many people, it's like, there's a lot of energy here. I need to step out and breathe.
There was a lot of energy there.
But everybody was great.
But I pulled him for the 50-50. I pulled him for the 50-50 to pick out the winning ticket, and he picked out his name's Gil, and he's been one of our biggest donors and supporters. And so a 50-50, right? Like we get half. And thankfully it was Gil, because Gil's like, nah, you keep all of that. So there was, for the 50-50, it was like 700 something Belize. Wow. So that all went back to us. So that was like, good job, Troy. That was the best raffle ticket to pick. But then afterwards, like, guy. He was like, oh, I've been waiting to see who this Discovery person is. And he came up to Troy at one point. But I remember other people were talking to me, but I don't know if you remember that guy. He had like a headpiece on.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He was cool. He was real cool. He's like, hey, man, if you ever need something, come see me later. I'm like, yeah, bro, just might do that. It was awesome. Oh, my God. It was great. So
yeah, it was good. Like, it's been amazing feedback. It's just, again, bigger venue, which we'll definitely do. I think next year, I'm just going to try to go for 100, somewhere between 100 and 150, depending on the venue that we get for like dinner part. And I mean, I want to bring in more special guests. And the other thing is, here in Belize, we don't have like a lot of music events. So it'd be really great if we can get, if we could get some big music names, whether that's locally as well as internationally, and bring something new, especially not just to Belize, but also the peninsula.
I think that'd be cool. That's a good idea. We should reach out. There's a lot of people we have contact to, and we could really do something cool with that next year. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Get more people coming in. Brittany's camera just kicked off on her, so she'll probably check back in here in just a second. She probably had a signal issue. It looked like she was having a signal issue.
I'm actually shocked that I'm not having a signal issue because I'm in Belize.
I know, but you're at a really expensive hotel, and you know they're going to have top-notch stuff there. I mean, it's not like your house.
It's because
And yes, I will talk to Ricky. We'll be talking to Ricky Rocket probably next week, and I'm going to just bring it up to him and, tell him to come down there, and we can figure out a way to get him over. And I think he'd really love that. I think he would have so much fun.
I told you the Twisted
And
Sister.
you can put him up at the Turtle. You need to talk to the people at the Turtle or whatever.
Oh, they would totally do that. Oh, they're a little bit disappointed that I didn't bring you by. My bad.
Well, we need
Mhm.
to definitely go do that for him, and then that way we can talk. I'll talk to him about that. That would be really good. And you plan it out for the year, as long as they're not touring at that time. And I'm sure he would probably go for that. He's really big into animals and stuff. He's a cool guy. So yeah, that'd probably work out really well.
Yeah, I'll talk to Turtle Inn about that. And knowing them, I'm sure that they would probably.
Oh, there'd be no reason they wouldn't host the whole thing for him. I mean, because he'd be doing a really big thing. I mean, people would come there just to, it'd be a good idea.
But I told you the lead singer, I can't remember his name, Ron Snyder?
No, you're talking about Dee Snider from Twisted Sister lives over there.
Yes, he lives here. He's a snowbird. He's here 6 months out of the year.
He's another cool guy. Dee Snider's
awesome.
lead singer, Twisted Sister. A lot of people don't. You got to be a golden oldie to know that, but he's pretty good.
See, I knew that because I'm a kid from the 80s, right? He was 80s. I'm a kid from the 80s. 81. I'm a kid of the 80s.
You are.
Yeah.
You are
You're
a kid of the
90s.
80s.
Troy likes me on this.
90s kid, man.
90s teen.
90s, but my favorite song of all time, and it's the first music video I've ever seen, was "Take Me On" by Aha.
Take
Oh my
on
God.
me.
That is my all-time
Take
favorite
on me.
music. Take on Me. My favorite all-time music video ever.
Mhm.
Ever. Favorite song, Bimini. I would play that for her so she could go to sleep. That is my jam. That is the
Yes,
favorite.
Aha
If you
did
ask
that.
anybody.
That was the one and only song I think they ever did, and it was good.
Yeah.
Twisted Sister released it. We're Not Going to Take It in 1984.
Uh-huh.
So Marissa was 3.
Take it. No.
Yeah.
But
Listen,
I did
not
really
gonna take
enjoy
it.
that. That's a really good. There was really good music back then. Yeah, it was cool. I love that era. Growing up, being a kid, and growing up in the '80s, and then turning into an adult into the beginning of the '90s was fun.
those were the good old days. I like the
We'd have to
videos where they
listen to
show
NSYNC and all that kind of stuff.
the boy band era.
I was trying to think about that too, Marissa. There really isn't a lot of stuff for music anymore. More now, people just play video games and.
There's
I-
music,
I mean,
but it's crap music.
Well, I mean, there's some
Sorry.
really good music
Somebody
out
had
there.
to say it.
There is really good music out there. You just have to find it, But the pop
You have to
rock,
look
the
for it.
genre that they play nowadays, is not that great. It's really good.
One thing I do find interesting though is going to clubs, whether it's here or when I go back to the States, they are still playing 90s, early 2000s music. Like I'm talking about Usher, I'm talking about Sean Paul, and young people are freaking dancing to this. It's like that music is timeless. It's like, it's great for dancing. It's great for shaking your ass and everything else. Like it's good.
I don't do that. That's the devil's work.
That's the devil's work.
Hip shaking.
So that's it. Why don't you invite Sharon Hill to your gala next year?
Friends with the devil on that. So,
Oh, well, that's clear. Why don't you invite Sharon Hill to the to your gala next year?
Who?
Oh.
Sharon Hill.
Oh, that would.
She might come.
You think?
You need real scientists there.
On your face.
Scientists.
I mean, for real, right? Don't you need that?
Ooh. Oh boy.
I think out of some other big name scientists, you know what? Maybe she would be a good person to come here to represent the scientific community.
Though, on a serious note, Marissa, and I will say this if she is listening, I hope you are. Welcome to the Motley Croc Show. So,
I like how we went all after dark on that voice.
Did you like it? So,
Yeah.
but I will say that my good friend, Dr. Ian
Craig.
Redman,
Craig. We'll get into that.
conservationist primatologist who was taught by none other than Diane Fossey, would absolutely be honored to attend your gala. I guarantee you that man would love to come and be a part of your gala
That
Who?
would be
for your work
amazing.
that you are doing in Belize. Ian Redmond,
Who?
world-renowned
Why are you trying to,
conservationist,
like, top
primatologist.
everybody's friends. Now we're gonna have to call like Jason
Just
Momoa or
saying.
something.
We could do that too.
Yes.
I do have his contact.
Okay, ask him.
I have his direct manager contact. You could
Ask
pull
him.
that off, and I guarantee he probably would come for you, Marissa, to be honest with you. He's all about supporting like indigenous, and he probably
yeah.
would. That's big to him. Culture is big to him. And it should be to everybody, but it is big. I mean, obviously, he is culture. Let's just put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
That would bring many women to the gala next year.
Yep. Well, that's another reason I won't be going. That's too
Aquaman.
much
He is
feminine energy
one
for me.
with the water.
We don't need any of that. You can go, Brittany, and you can join the feminist movement. I recommend not shaving your armpits for at least 2 to 3 weeks before you go. Okay. Get yourself a do-rag, smell like a guy, and then go there, and y'all can all do that.
No, the feminist movement wouldn't be pro Jason Momoa. I can tell you that right now.
Oh,
Look
I
at
don't know.
mom. Look at mom. Mom said if Jason Momoa is coming, I'm coming.
There are other reasons women want to be there for Jason
Nadia
Momoa.
even is
Right
Nadia's laughing because she goes, "That's disgusting. I would never."
secretly she's like, can somebody message me where exactly this gala is taking place?
God, that's so fucking dirty. How did we turn into like?
People
we want it to
crack
be a
me
gala,
up.
not like a
Sell
moist
off
shorts
Jason
event.
Momoa.
Wow.
Yeah. It's humid enough there.
It was nice.
She said,
the weather was
no
nice
thanks.
at the gala.
Okay, Nadia, then who would be somebody
Nadia,
that
you
would
wouldn't
bring you to
come?
the gala?
Really? Oh, that's
Come on.
terrible.
She's
It's because
talking
Nate's
about
on. She's trying to support her husband,
Jason
Nate.
Momoa. Oh, that's nice.
Yes, she's
But
not.
we can be real here.
Nate,
It's
I mean,
okay.
if Nate showed up, Jason Momoa wouldn't be nothing but an ad on a dog's dick. So I mean, that's we need to understand. And I'm toxic masculinity. I was going to wear that shirt, toxic masculinity delivered one person at a time. But Mercer's like, please don't wear that on the airplane when you get off the plane.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. You said don't wear that one.
There was another one. I was like, ooh, don't wear that one. The top
Slavery gets shit done. You didn't want that shirt.
That is probably not a very good one.
It had pyramids on it. I
like,
thought for sure Marissa would have appreciated that. I mean, her people built the pyramids, for fuck's sakes.
I am actually designing a shirt right now of dinosaurs helping build the pyramids. What if we were wrong?
So were they slaves too?
Just saying. Well, all animals would have been slaves if you look at that, because
Exactly.
camels, do you really think
They're-
they wanted
they're
to carry
still-
people's asses
that's
across
right.
the desert? But they were forced to do it. Let's just be honest.
Forced consent.
but
There's no consent by a camel.
It's forced consent. I'm telling you. That's the new word, I think. Forced consent. or
Forced
whatever.
consent. Now that makes sense. The camel stamped an app with its big foot. I consent.
I was actually disappointed you didn't wear the toxic masculinity shirt while you were here, especially around.
I didn't even bring it because I thought
Oh.
it would be a problem until I met all your gross friends. And now that I'm involved in that, I mean, we're losing our jobs. I mean, that's no matter if somebody ever sees that, you better thank God it's WhatsApp, or we're all losing our. I will not. I'll be done. I'll be losing my job, which I'm
all
okay
of us
with
will
that.
be losing our job.
I stand alone, but I'll come out ahead. I don't care because I'm way beyond grotesque. I will make a living at being grotesque.
Marissa's
I
like,
saw
I
some- I
will
was
lose
like,
my job. Who do am I
oh my
accountable
God.
to? Myself.
And just for the record, it's not really Marissa. She just looks and she's like, "Oh my gosh," or "Wow."
No. And
Sometimes
no.
you add some stuff to it, but you add stuff that can be with some of the stuff.
Look, who's the one that created the group?
You. Yeah, but that was
I
just
have
so you
this-
could monitor it.
No, it's I have been so busy that I haven't really contributed because I
And you
haven't.
just better be
Well-
glad Craig Warren's not a part of it. 'Cause it'd be over there. You'd really all be fired. You better change your name on WhatsApp if you had Craig Warren on there. Oh my God, I would too. Because Craig has got it. I get stuff from him every day. I'm like, this is classic, motherfucker. And I don't want to share it because you shared it with me, and it's like, man, I'm stealing his glory. Brittany, speaking of building things, did you see the scientist who believes he has solved how the statues of Easter Islands were put into place or wobbled into place?
I did.
Yes,
see,
Craig. I'll talk to
well,
Marissa about that for sure. You need to be involved. I mean,
I-
I'm serious.
Craig, are you talking about there was a scientific paper a few years back?
Love
Is that the
Craig.
one you're talking about?
He's great.
That they talked about how they wobbled into place. I did see that because for the
Did they
longest
wobble
time,
them into
science
place,
we
or were they
didn't.
just big people.
No. They showed like through a scientific kind of like outline of how it was done. How
But do
moved
they
them
know
into
for
place.
sure? That's what I want to know.
No, of course not.
Can they
It's
be
all
on the
it's
shuttle
a
without
theory.
say that
It's a
there was an
theory.
indigenous alien, a reptilian alien, or an Anunnaki, or whatever y'all
Nope.
call them, coming down?
I'm going to be honest with you right now with the doctor sitting right here who I know will back me on this. Most of everything taught in the scientific field, most everything starts
Is a
as
lie.
a theory. It starts as a theory, and those theories are applied in the field, and then that is where new theories are built. It's a constant accumulation of theory until something is proven factual with enough data to hold merit. Basically. So all of these things are still basically just theories until we have enough data to prove otherwise. So one theory might make more logical sense than another theory. So then that theory then is applied because enough data was accumulated on it for it to make more sense, which is a large
Gotcha.
amount of data. But so all of these are just applied theories because it is still one of the world's most like mysterious marvels of where did these giant statues on Easter Island come from? How did they get here? For the longest time, they were just heads until we discovered they had bodies. So what is their true representation? How did they even get here? How were they buried so deeply? Were there tsunamis? What was the effect? We're looking at the layers of the soil. How would these place here? Were they buried this way on purpose? It is still a constant accumulation of theories and hypotheses that are being heavily vetted through scientific community.
You
In a
know,
nutshell.
scientists generally are pretty cool, but the kind of people that get in open their mouth in science kind of ruin scientists for everybody. It's like
100%.
you get a Christian loudmouth piece of shit, and then it ruins it for exactly what they're trying to do. Like,
Yep.
because I got to be fair, because not all Christians are like that, but you get these ones that go out
100%.
and make a name and they know everything. And I had dinner with Jesus last night. And he told me, that kind of stuff, and I think that happens in the science world a lot too. I saw a video this week where a school class had a statue with ropes attached on 3 sides, and one side would pull and the other side would pull.
And it would go like this down the roadway. Yep. All the way down as they believe they moved it.
Yeah. So that's kind of, I'm not sure.
drawing.
Might not have edited. I'm not sure. I think that, Craig, you have a point. And so it kind of takes away from anything cool, like an alien helped them do that or technology. It just shows you that
It's just a
people were
theory,
able to
though.
be-
You don't know.
It just shows you that people were able to problem solve and correct. And that's the problem. When I say we digress as a human species, we're forgetting how to problem solve it. If you can't,
Absolutely. And
you can't play a video game or, record
they're
your
not
farts.
teaching. And I appreciate, this is the one thing I do appreciate. Again, we're on there's stuff going on around here. Indigenous
Cool.
burial.
It's not real, Marissa.
This is why you keep seeing me go. I'm like,
Pseudoscience. It's not real.
anyways, but like I appreciate Maya's school here there is all that type of problem solving and all this and that. And my mom was in the school system. She retired as a superintendent in Southern California a few years ago, and she sees what we're doing here. And my daughter is at the private school here, but my mom's just like, she's at levels ahead of what they're even teaching in the States, and just a bunch of other things. Though Maya is not meant for school, and not every kid is meant for this institutionalized academic learning. Like I know I wasn't. I was getting kicked out of class all the time. I was getting bored. I cut some girl's hair one time. Like I just was like, I did not want to be there. Like it was, and my dad saw it. My dad was like, I was bored out of my mind. This is not how I learn. This is not how a lot of kids should learn. But we've been told no, you have to do this. And I mean, Troy and I have talked about a lot. It's
institution. It's a useless frame of money to make people rich. It's only to help the employed at those colleges. Because I mean, I know everybody bashes on Elon Musk, but he said it very clear. He said, you can learn to do any surgery you want on YouTube. You can watch high-end surgeries with robots and Indian doctors out of India that do these amazing surgeries that they do. And you can learn it. You can watch it. They explain how it's done, how much to use, how many watts. I mean, you can learn all that, right? But you got to go to college. You got to learn about Benjamin Franklin, put a fucking key on a string and rape 10 kids and then had some slaves for dinner, and then it's all bullshit, and then you end up paying hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It's
hundreds
true.
of thousands of dollars, dude. And I was just talking about it. They don't teach the pilgrim shit or anything anymore. They don't teach any of that. It's all kind of changed again. So,
well, no, because we don't want to hear about that's very disheartening and it upsets us. We're very sad people.
I know.
Can't
I wasn't sad.
Truth.
I'm a colonizer.
Listen,
it didn't bother me.
Upsets me.
I
upsets
mean,
me. I get bothered.
We're colonizers, right, Marissa?
Yes,
true.
That's right.
Colonists.
I'm as well.
Colonizers. We colonize.
I actually have to go because
we are too. We're an hour in. We're going to end the show.
Oh, okay. Just because I have that meeting with that bar about the Croc stuff.
Before she leaves.
Before she leaves.
Whichever
this
side.
is the last
Before
thing.
she leaves.
Okay.
Whichever side. I don't know which side I'm pointing to where she is, but
right.
we need to acknowledge.
That's me.
Here we.
There
we go. Okay. We need to acknowledge that this little bug right here was awarded the International WWF Award for her work.
She's a wrestler. I didn't want to tell everybody she was a wrestler, though. World Wrestling Federation.
Oh,
you weren't supposed to tell anybody that, dude.
Come on, WWF. No, but seriously. But seriously, though, we should acknowledge it as that is a huge, huge deal for the work that she has been concentrating doing with the mangroves. And I think that she needs applause for that. Internationally awarded for that. That's amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's really cool. Congratulations on it. That's pretty awesome.
Huge.
No,
so you got that out, and she's going to have a meeting. So I'm going to end tonight's show. Thank you for coming out to the Motley Croc Show, everybody, for supporting us and talking with all of us. Thank you for Marissa for coming on and having a good time. As always, it's a blast when all of us get together and we talk some shit because that's what this show's about. And I love it. And it's really cool. And everybody's saying happy hearts to you, Marissa. Congrats. I mean, people are coming in.
Thank you.
Beginners, I want you to know I'm processing my land for Milton. Okay, it's just coming in. See all that great stuff. What's up, Seth? Good to see you. In. Yeah, and we really love everybody coming in and seeing us. We really appreciate all of you. Thanks again. We'll see you next week. We'll have something else fun or cool to talk about. If you see Sharon Hill out there, please tell her to come on the show. We'd love to talk to her. I'd like to pick her brain about science and why we're so terrible at what we do. And I guess have a great week. And from the Anton LaVey of Discovery, I will see you next Thursday.